T. Tyler Media Productions brings you Friday Framework. Here's your host, Ted Cryer.
On some framing, I'm going to go over a recap of what we did last time on the show. Now we had a couple of very nice frames put in, this one being the Logic Design Concept album, and then also the Kendrick Lamar vinyl, signed vinyl from his Untitled Unmastered album. So those are some of our older creations. Now we are going to work on a newer creation. This is going to be a shadow box. And what a shadow box is, it's just going to be a basically a frame that provides depth where you can put thicker things into, and it is very, very nice to look around the house, and also good for gifts on Christmas and stuff like that. So this is the shadow box that we're going to be working with right here. It is currently taken apart, and it has a pretty good thickness to it, as you can see. And what I'm going to do is show you what a completed one will look like. This is a little bit of a cheaper one. Is going to have the glove is a game used glove, and then also this looks a lot more forward than the glove does on the inside the box. And so that's just kind of a design of how it is, the glove being thicker and it fits inside of the box. So what we are going to do is work on this, and what we have for use, we're going to need some duct tape, thick duct tape to work with the ribbons, and then also smaller duct tape to work with lettering or anything that we need to in case it doesn't stick to the burlap that we have for our background. So the things that we're going to be working on today is framing my old photography first place ribbon and judge's favorite from a photograph that I did a long time ago, and this is the photograph right here. It's really awesome, and it's been framed before, but we're going to reframe it, kind of dress it up. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to start just with the judge's favorite ribbon. We are going to put it on its back here and get some thick tape and place it. As soon as I can get it cut. There we go. Place it on the back, on all three preferably, so that they'll all stick here, and then go right onto the canvas like so, and then press down on it. And you want to try to make sure it doesn't quite go off of it. We might have to adjust that going forward. And then on the top part, we will get the smaller tape and then put it over the back here, and it'll go through the outside of it. Now when we close this, it won't be an issue. You just set that off to the side, so that shouldn't be an issue once we actually close the box. So now we will move on to the first place portion of it, right here. And it'll go right next to it. It'll slightly overlap the judge's favorite ribbon, which is okay. It just adds a little bit of a design to it. And we'll take the thick piece and then cut it. There we go. We'll grab that. And we'll flip this over, and we'll just add two pieces of tape to it, like so. Go. And that will lay just like that, all inside the frame, and then the top part can just go right up top. So, and then also the last part before we get to the fun part will be the actual photograph, and that will go right up here. And now what we are going to want to do is get smaller pieces of tape and just tape over this like that, and then we'll start working with words and such. So what we're going to do first, though, we are going to take it to break, and so after we get back, we will start working on the end of that.
Dang, y'all look like crap.
Why don't you look hungover?
Easy, I just took Hangover Cure. It rehydrated me and cured me of my hangover.
Oh my god, give me one of those.
Hangover Cure, so you don't look like crap.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. And what we were doing before we left was we were putting our 2 ribbons onto the burlap for the backdrop, and now we're going to actually add the photograph to this. And then after that, we'll work on some letters that we can add to the bottom of that to really complete it, make it look really nice. So what we're going to want to do is just get some tape, using a lot of tape, and it is hard to cut. And we've already got some pieces onto the back, so what I'm going to try to do is just add a lot of tape to that. Oh, having issues. There we go. Someone didn't get me very good tape, so, but it is A-okay. There we go. And just 2 more pieces will be good, so that it stays in place, it won't move anywhere. Here we go. And 1 more. There we go. All right. The tape is outsmarting me right now. That's all right. And then you'll place it in the top left corner, and that'll go right nicely next to the first place ribbon. And that shouldn't be a problem up top, and it's sticking just nicely there. All right, so now the fun part, we have 2 different options. As you see, we have a little spot here on the bottom left where we can add something to make it a little bit more, lively, as we've already added the 3 pieces. And we have 2 options today. One is we can just add fun little letters to it to kind of match all of the colors that you have here with our ribbons, and also the backdrop being pretty fun on the photograph. So that is one of our 2 options that we have. Also, we have wooden letters that we can add. And these are also really good because they're really decorative and they match the backdrop really well for the photograph as well. So since we have a burlap photo, we're going to skip off with the wooden ones for today. That you will just use glue, which I got all over my hands before the show, so you're just going to want to be careful with that because it will not come off. I've tried for an hour roughly. So we are going to get these letters, and we're going to just spell my name out here on the bottom, which should be pretty easy. It's like 8 letters. So we'll put the T down. We'll do then the U. And as I said before, these make great gifts. Pretty easy to make. A lot of people really enjoy them. My parents, I've made some for my parents in the past for their anniversaries. It's also great for friends that you have, that you play like a lot of sports with or something. It's really fun to work on these for them as well. And then we will add this. We'll give a little bit of space in between the name, the 2 names. There's the R. Then we have the I. This is where I'm happy to have a short name. It comes in handy. E. And then the R. And the R will overlap just a little bit with the first place ribbon. That's all right, no problem there at all. And so what we are going to do now is we have the finished portion of it. Looks really nice. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to put it now into the shadow box. So we're going to make sure nothing's falling down right now. And hopefully it does.